Hello everyone, today I'm going to share how I made my pop-up card, and the paper collection that I'm going to use is this Craftsmith, and it is the Blush Glam. So I got a 12 by 12 sheet and I cut my card base that is going to measure 5.5 by 5.5. And then you need two additional pieces that are both 5.5 by 5.5. And then this is going to be the inside of the card, which has the little pop-up pieces. And this is also 5.5 by 5.5, and it's the inside card base. So it's just a light cardstock is what you need for the inside. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you how to measure the cuts for the little tabs that you can attach your pop-up items to. So here's a little diagram, and let me get my pencil. Okay, so what I did was I got my ruler and I made little tick marks on where to draw these pieces here that we need to cut out. So here I came down 1 1/4 inch and I made my little mark, and then the next mark is 2 inches from the very edge at 2 inches. Okay, and then this one here is 2.5. The next tick mark will be at 3 1/4. This one will be at 3 7/8, and this one is at 4 1/4. Alright, so we'll turn it this way. Now I'll give you the length of the tabs that we will be cutting, because we're going to cut these on the sides, not at the bottom here, just on the sides. Okay, so from this point, this first tick mark to here, I drew the line at 2 3/4. So you do that here and here. Okay, on this one, I did 1 5/8. So from this point here to this point here is 1 5/8. So you do that on this side and on this side. And then the last one is 1 1/8. So from here to here is 1 1/8. From here to here is 1 1/8. Okay? Alright, the next thing we want to do is go ahead and cut all the way to this line here on both sides. Remember, do not cut across. And I did that already, and since I have a rotary cutter, I cut it as close to the edge as I could, and then I just finished off with my scissors and got right up to that line. Alright, so now we want to open this up like this, and these are the pieces that we want to pull forward. So it would be this one, and this one. Alright, and what we want to do is fold this down and make sure your pieces are flat as you're folding it, so that we can flatten it all out so it'll match evenly on both sides. Just make sure it's flat on the edge there. Okay, and then let's get our bone folder and flatten that out. Alright. Okay, so we're going to make sure to flatten these out with our bone folder. And then this is what the inside will look like. Goes this way. That's how I did my other card. Okay, so this will eventually be attached to the inside of this card, but I want to add decorative paper to this part and this part. So actually what I'm going to do is use the same sheet on the inside as I did on the outside. So we're going to do that next. And what we need to do is trace this. So all I do is go ahead and trace this like this on each of the areas where our pop-up section is going to be, like that. So this one will actually fit down here at the bottom. Okay, that'll slip right in there once we cut that out. And on this one we want to do the back side of the pattern since it's going on the top, or else it would be identical to this one and the top wouldn't fit. So we're going to do it on the reverse side and trace that. Okay, and that will fit right in there on the top. So I'm going to cut each of these out and I'll be right back. Okay everyone, I've got my pieces cut out, and like I said, there's one that fits the bottom and one that fits the top. So you just slip these in, and that's how you have your decorative cardstock to fit the inside. Okay, so the little pieces that came out of the cutouts are used as well, so don't toss those away. What I do is I get the 3 pieces and just glue these down here like this. Like this. Okay, you could either do it now or after you assemble the whole card together. Okay, so you just glue these down, all these pieces down, and once you have that, we're going to add this to the inside of the card, our base card. So I'm going to go ahead and I think attach that. Let me get my tape gun. Okay, so let's go ahead and cinch this in here and line it up as close as we can to the bottom. You could lay this flat as well, like this, whatever works for you. So, go. And that pops back up like that. And now we're going to go ahead and do the bottom, this piece here. Now once you attach this, there might be a little bit of an overhang because of the fold in the center of the card. So we may have to trim a little bit off. We'll see once we get done. Another tip as well is when you're cutting the little cutouts for the pop-up on this mat, make sure you cut on the outside of the line that you marked, or else it won't fit. You can't have it just quite, you know, you have to have a little bit of wiggle room in order to get it in there. So that is that. Okay, so like I said, it is a little bit longer, but let's try this on here first before we do any cutting. Yeah, it looks like it's going to extend a little bit past our main card, but we will trim it after we get it in here. That way everything will be square. Okay, so let's go ahead and first do one side. Okay. All right, so we're going to line it up as best we can and then close this top part and try to get it as close as we can. Like that. And then we'll do this one. Okay, so now we can just completely close that one. Okay, so there we go. It does have a little bit of an overhang there. I can get my trimmer. Here we go. And trim a little bit off if you want, or just leave it. It's up to you. You can just use your scissors or your trimmer, whichever you want. Let me see. Just be about right there. There's that one. And there's a little bit of an overhang there as well. Go ahead and cut that one. And there it is. And the only other thing to prepare our base card for our pop-up is to add these little pieces. And I'm not going to show you, and I'm not going to do that on camera, but this is how you make a pop-up card, and then you can decorate it any way you want. So thanks everyone for watching, and give me some thumbs up and leave me a comment if you liked my tutorial and possibly would like for me to share some others with you. Thanks everybody for watching. Before I let you go, I wanted to point out one more thing. You're probably wondering why I didn't cut two pieces of the cardstock at 8.5 by 11, 8.5, well, it would be 5.5 by 11, and then just score it and cut these pieces with this cardstock, is because like on my other card, well, I made another card and I wanted this piece and this piece to be different pieces of cardstock. So that is the reason why I showed you how to insert the pieces of cardstock. So normally I wouldn't do the outside and the inside identical, but this was just for demonstration purposes. So there we go. If you have any more questions, just leave it down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks everyone.